What is up, guys? Lucid back in the studio. It is currently 1:15 a.m. and I am drunk and high, which means that I'm gonna have to do a lot of fucking editing. But I still wanted to tell a story for you guys because you know what? Let's just get lit. Why not? So if you are listening, if you are watching, comment hashtag we lit, because I don't know if I'm gonna comment. I don't know if I'm actually gonna upload this video. We'll see how things go. Anyway, nevertheless, this story is a special one. It's a first time story. First time doing DXM. DXM is a dissociative substance. It kind of feels like opioids. It gets you faded. It feels like you're drunk. Best way to describe it is it's kind of like a shitty version of ketamine that lasts a lot longer if you've done drugs. Now, DXM, as much as it kind of sucks, it was something to do in this shitty small town that I live in. And it was kind of fun too. It got me geeked. It made me feel drunk. I could have a great time, honestly, on this shit. But since this is my first time, there was some trial and error. There really was. But it did spawn an addiction later on. Now, this one day and in particular, I was just hanging out with my girlfriend at the time. Now, in this video, we're going to rename her because Cindy is such a shitty name. I actually don't want to have to edit this video and hear my voice say Cindy. So fuck that name. I think we need to name her something kind of appropriate and respectful for the type of female she was. So we're going to name her Lyric. Now, Lyric, she was a good chick. You know how that shit goes. Life goes on. Fact of the matter is, it was just me and her hanging out this one day, and we had a bit of a pool party to go to. Now, me and her, I wanted to get lit. I think she just wanted to get drunk, but I kind of wanted to get lit. Now, this was in the real good days. Drugs, she didn't even think it was a problem yet with me. I mean, she knew I had a fascination with them, but it wasn't an issue at all, really. No one cared. It was still fun. In fact, even they, my friends and my girlfriend actually joined in on some of this usage, because at first they just hadn't seen the major problems it caused me. Now, one day I decided, I'm going to get DXM, so that's exactly what I did. I headed down to the local Shoppers Drug Mart in my town with my girlfriend Lyric, and I stole some DXM. Now, I don't recommend doing this. This is so degenerative. Stealing is just such a shitty crime. It does make you feel good at the time. You got that adrenaline rush, but ultimately it's petty theft. I mean, it's in the name of the crime. Imagine getting fucking arrested for that, guys. Wake up. So I've stopped doing this, obviously, but back in the day I was a complete degenerate, so I was stealing left, right, and center. It doesn't matter if it was food, drugs, fucking crack cocaine. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. It could have been your son's lunch. I would have stolen it. Fuck that kid, bro. I'm drinking his juice box. I'm eating his sandwich. I ended up buying a Dr. Pepper. Now, the syrup I bought, because I bought cough syrup, was Benylin, because this shit didn't have any glyphosate in it, but it was so nasty tasting, even worse than Robitussin. And I later on ended up just drinking Robitussin, even though it had glyphosate, because this shit was just so nasty. I could not bear it. And I even poured it into fucking Dr. Pepper, which was a rookie error, guys. Don't just try and chug that shit down. It's treated like alcohol, like hard liquor. You drink it and then chug down like juice or a pop as like a chaser. Don't mix this shit together. In fact, don't ever do this shit, guys. Don't do drugs. But I did this, so here we are. So I mixed these two drinks together, and me and my girl, after, getting out of the store, walking down all the way there, stealing the thing, buying the soda from the store, because I didn't want to steal the soda, but, I didn't want to ever actually buy drugs. I found that morally just corrupt, fuck that. Doing the drugs, that's fine. So once I got the soda, I poured it up somewhere where I could, and we started walking to this pool party because everywhere in town is just walkable. This was summertime too, so there was really no problem. I poured the soda up and I started sipping it. It tasted fucking rancid. Oh my lord. I was about to use the Lord's name in vain. We're not going to do that. This shit was so horrible. In fact, it wouldn't even be using the Lord's name in vain if I used his. Like, it was just so fucking nasty. This shit actually came from the pits of hell itself, and I wouldn't recommend a single soul to touch this for even a single dime. I don't care how much money you get offered. but let's be realistic, we'd do it for $1 billion. But it was just, you guys get the point. This shit tasted so fucking horrendous. And I continued to sip it only because I wanted to get faded. Now, about halfway through the bottle, I think I got to this pool party with my girl, Lyric, at the time, and we pulled up and I dapped everyone up at the party. It was kind of a smaller get-together. I shouldn't call it a party, guys. I should really call it a function. It was a nice little function. You know, there was a cool pool. It was a sunny day. There was a nice, like, outdoor patio, kind of like overhang, you know, those little things people buy from Canadian Tire, like your local fucking hardware store. Those nice, like, just gives you some shade, if you guys know what I mean. I'm kind of drunk and high, so I can't think of the fucking word. But that is what was there. Some nice seats, some drinks too, some pop, pizza. It was overall a nice little function, man. Some dudes had their girls there, and me and my girl was there. Now, no one there knew I was sipping this shit apart from my girl. Maybe I had a couple close friends that maybe knew, but overall, I don't think I told anyone. This was just me and my girl this day, and I kind of liked those days when it was just me and my girl. Me, my girl, and my friends just did not mix at all. That was not a good chemistry it just wasn't, man. Nothing more needs to be said about that. But no one knew. I continued to drink this. Now, you would think I would get high, but unfortunately, my weak ass stomach could not handle this shit at all. Now, keep in mind, I'm at a party with probably about 15 people. I keep calling it a party. I really shouldn't. I'm at a function. 15 people. Now, I know these people well, but not well enough to the point where, like, if I threw up, they'd be like, oh, this poor guy, he's had a rough time. Now, these guys would have been like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? And I don't want to look like that. Of course, social reputation, as much as we want to say I don't give a fuck, it does matter, guys. So let's be real here. I tried to hold it down, but I seriously couldn't. And my girl was like, come on, let's go swimming. And I felt shitty, man. I really did feel shitty because I wanted to go swim with her. So I threw up. I threw up in like a little corner. And Lyric, she knew me well, so she could tell something was off. She knew what was going to happen. She witnessed me throw up. And she was super sweet. She came over and helped me kind of through the process, asked me if I was okay, babied me. She was great at the time with that type of stuff, great at the time. And then we just kind of had a swim, me and her. We just swam around. I probably threw in the pool. It was probably just a normal day, a normal couple shit you do at a pool. Because after I threw up, guys, there really was no stomach pain. There really was no nausea. In fact, I might have gotten some of the effects, and it might have really been only the good ones, like slight drunkenness, slight wooziness. But it would have barely scratched the base of a threshold dose or a first plateau dose for those who are well versed with the DXM life. After this, though, things, I kept trying this DXM shit. I really did. Because why not? And, you know what? We'll tell another story. Let's get to it. So, a while after this, me and my girl decided to try it together. I guess she wanted to. And, we tried it. It was like a cold night. It was probably around December, January. So this was actually a while after the summer. Yeah, we got faded as fuck. This was the first time I actually kind of got high on it. And she was super disassociated. So was I. It was a decent time. It was really odd and hard to describe. The feeling was so disassociative. At this point, there wasn't a lot of euphoria, and I felt kind of sick. There was a body load. But overall, I think we had a good time because we were just together. The lights were pretty because the Christmas lights were up. Everything was kind of nice looking, And that time was it was an interesting one. It was more spiritual. It was more of a trip. I was left with an afterglow the next day, which really had me feeling nice, especially when I combined it with weed. Eventually, my girl, I think she only tried it one more time, and that was about it. She kind of later on seen the damage it did to me, and she stopped trying this. But I wanted to connect those two stories because they kind of did connect, After my girl saw me do it, she kind of wanted to try it after that party later on down the track, and we did. And there wasn't really a lot that needs to be said about it, We listened to some music. It was euphoric. It was also very disassociative. Later on, I couldn't fucking walk. I won't lie. I could not walk at all. And time felt so bizarre. There's really no way to put it. It just didn't exist. It felt stretched yet short at the same time. it was almost like a fucking paradox, really. It was cool as shit, and that's one of the things I kind of loved and hated about DXM is it just fucked with your sense of time on a mega scale, on like a seriously neurological scale. You felt like you were maybe 1,000 years old, or like you had done shit forever. It was really trippy, and I kind of liked it, and it made me a crackhead because I continued to do even more of it. But guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. It might be a bit rough. I'm gonna do my best to edit it, but I wanted to make some content because I am going to the Travis Scott concert tomorrow, guys, so I won't be able to make content for you guys or film a video, but I might be able to pump one out if I film the night beforehand. Anyway, I won't drag this outro on for too long, guys. Stay hazy, stay lit. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like. Without further ado, I will see you all in the next video.